this is Tony with T.A.B Gear again. For today we're going to talk about the features of our Pinnacle Rifle Sling, and then we'll give you a demo of the different features on that sling. To start off at the very back of the sling, this is what I call the tail of the sling, where we have the rear swivel and attached to half of the rear buckle. That tail is very stiff. There's 3 layers of webbing, and there's a piece of scuba webbing, that black material that you see there. Scuba webbing is very stiff. We triple stitch all the way around it. The box X is triple stitched. That makes it very stiff. So if you find yourself in the field and there is not a rear bag, you need to support the rear of the rifle, you can grab that and use it as a monopod to support the rifle. We have 2 buckles on this sling. I will show you why I like 2 buckles on a sling during the demonstration portion. This is a piece of biothane webbing that is sewn in very securely. It's what I call our carabiner loop. That's to clip into a carabiner to help you steady on barricades. We have a lot of webbing in between the middle buckle and the adjustment buckle. This is a spring-loaded cam buckle. To tighten the sling, simply grab the 1.5-inch webbing and you pull it to tighten it. To loosen it, there's a piece of 1-inch webbing that has been doubled over so it's stiff and sewn all around, and with a bar tack that makes a nice big knot at the end, very secure. As you pull that and pull on the webbing, it very easily loosens the sling. At the front of it, we've got another hard point similar to our tail, and I call this my Hawkins position hard point. I'll demo that shortly as well. The tail we talked about in the description is built in there to be used as a monopod support for the rifle. If you don't have a rear bag and you're up on a barricade or on the ground, you simply grab that, rest that on the ground, and that works as a monopod to help stabilize that rifle. Okay? A lot of slings that you see will have 1 buckle on them. Typically that buckle is in the middle of the sling, but most of the time the precision rifles are carried in a patrol carry fashion similar to this. So if you needed to get out of that sling and you only had 1 buckle, you can't reach it. So that's why we put a second buckle at the tail of our sling, so that if you're in the patrol carry and you need to get out of that sling, there's your buckle that you would release to get out of the sling in a patrol carry. If you have the rifle slung up, muzzle up in the back, and it's tightened against the body, and again you needed to get it over your head, it was hung up, or you simply didn't want to be seen going over the head, the second buckle that you see in the middle of the sling, that's what you would access to get out of the sling. So to release the rifle from the patrol carry, or the muzzle up in the back like we have it, the release is right here directly in front of your chest. It's this 1-inch webbing with this big knot on it. When you grip that, it's almost impossible for it to slip out of your hand with that big knot. As you pull it, it releases that spring-loaded gate that tightens the sling. When you pull the 1.5-inch webbing, that releases the sling. You still maintain control while you're holding that 1-inch tab. As you reach back to grab the rifle, you're able to release the tab, and now the rifle comes back around to the patrol carry. If you're carrying it in the patrol carry and you need to take a standing slung up shot, simply pick your rifle up, and now you're in a slung up position. If you need to take a kneeling shot, simply drop down into the kneeling position. Tighten the sling. There you are in your kneeling position. Loosen it up if you need to shoot off of a barricade. Throw the rifle up on your barricade. As you tighten the sling, you're able now to reach back and grip the butt like you would in a prone position. Your elbow is able to rest on that webbing of the sling, and you're able to exert downward pressure into the barricade to take your shot that way. Release the sling. We can come out of it. To demonstrate our carabiner loop, you simply remove the sling from the tail buckle, grab your carabiner loop, clip it into a carabiner that's on your belt. When you reach up and tighten that sling, as you run your hips backward to get on the scope, it's going to tighten that sling into the barricade, and you can relax back into almost a sitting position very comfortably. Take your shot. To reattach it, simply disconnect it from the carabiner, clip it back into the tail. The last position that we have here is this hard point at the front. There's a position called a Hawkins position, where the butt of the rifle is in the ground, the bipod legs are folded up or not even there. When you're in that position, your hand is what the forend is resting on. You're trying to get enough elevation using your hand. Sometimes it's difficult, so we built the hard point for this Hawkins position. That will allow the rifle to set on there and give you another inch or two of elevation. It is very comfortable, very easy to perform a Hawkins position shot using that hard point. So there's the features, a demonstration of the features of the Pinnacle Rifle Sling. This thing is designed that no matter what position you find yourself in, it is a shooting aid rather than a carry strap. And no matter what position you need to shoot, when you have it in the patrol carry, you can go from a standing supported shot to a unsupported on the ground and never come out of the patrol carry. So thanks a lot.